Yo guys, it's Mike from Chess Lifestyle, and today we are training 44 minutes of chess here on YouTube as usual. And we're gonna just be grinding out some woodpecker method. I mean, if I'd done some training already today, then I'd probably do something a bit more interesting. But since I haven't really done much chess training today, I need to basically get down to basics. Otherwise, I'll start blundering pieces even more than I do already. Welcome Elder Scrolls and welcome Surface Lee. Yeah, I'm doing good. Elder Scrolls, have you checked out some of the new speedrunning videos that I've been posting? I just started yesterday actually. But yeah, hopefully gonna upload a few more of those. I think they're gonna be pretty fun. I'm actually quite motivated to play against these 1400 and 1500 players, and it's almost an extra incentive to play well, because it's like, if I don't play well, it's literally going to be broadcasted to everyone. So I need to play like pretty well. So it's like an extra bit of added pressure, which I think is a good thing. Welcome, Friss. How's it going? Yeah, so we're going to continue with the woodpecker, and actually we're going to start attempting puzzles that we have never done before. So this is going to be interesting to see how we fare. Let's go. Now, okay, this one actually seems... maybe I did this one once before, I'm not too sure, by accidentally going past the 300 mark. But this one is that kind of like... I've forgotten the guy who did that checkmate. But if they take the queen, then this is a mate, right? So you start to wonder, okay, what if they take the knight? Is there some drawback of this? Yes, there is. The queen is defending d1, and then this is just checkmate, right? So if that's the case, this should just be completely winning. Okay, so they take the queen and we give mate. Nice. Okay, now we're definitely into unknown, uncharted waters. So let's give this our best. It feels like a pawn has just been deleted from the board by accident. So okay, material is actually equal. I'm trying to remember what Jan Marx's rule was about passed pawns. I think he made a point that you normally need knights in the position to make passed pawns go through. But this might be the case, right, where black doesn't have a knight, so it's harder to make the passed pawn get to the end. I think that was a rule from one of his chapters, but I can't quite remember. One interesting idea is bishop b4. Unfortunately, I think the problem is white gets a passed pawn too, but in the sense that, like, if we had this position where there are two passed pawns like coming down the board, I feel like it would be really difficult to stop. Maybe that's actually winning. Wow, is that actually winning? So wait, what's the move order? Maybe I take first, play bishop b4. If they take me, I can push, they can push, I can push, and I queen, right? So actually this is working. Okay, so bishop b4 then, both of them are the same. Ah, so cool, so cool. The sacrifice could be postponed to move, but no longer. White's king was on the way to defend, with king g2, king f3, king e4, king d3. Okay. Very cool tactic. Yo, when did Fritz become a mod? Fritz became a mod yesterday or the day before. I stumbled upon the moderation settings on YouTube, and I was like, oh, okay, let me just go add some people. So that's what happened. I had such bad Gigaphoma. What the hell is Gigaphoma? But yeah, I saw you got 4.5 out of 7, Sapsara, so fantastic result, to be honest. I mean, Giga Finals are never easy, and yeah, to get above 50%, this is already quite nice, I think. Had 4 before last round, then the game up 2 pawns into a draw, I see, But I'm not sweating it, I'll probably get a wild card, nice. I've got BCCS, British Chess Championships, to concentrate on, and my frustration at not getting into the Glorny. So what is the qualification process to getting into the Glorny team? And what age group would you be playing in for the Glorny? Okay, more Capablanca. Like this king, it just like what a position. I need. It's probably if it's a symbol. I don't know if it's gonna have the whole game documented. Maybe it does. Maybe it does have the whole game documented. What the hell is going on in this position? Like how? How does this position even reach? Like I'm so confused. Is it as simple as rook d7 attacking the knight and then just rook e7? Surely that's too simple, right? Like white can always just make some move. But then maybe you could check. Maybe pick up this bishop. And is that a winning advantage actually? Maybe that pin is just you can never get out of it. Actually, how do you even get out of it? It looks absolutely devastating. I think that's the answer. That's crazy. Yeah. So the game continued with d4, bishop d6, knight f7, h6, takes, and king f2. And Pratt won by collecting the kingside pawns while Capablanca released his knight. Oh, wait, what? Pratt won. So who was... Oh, Capablanca was white. Yo, Capablanca was white and Capablanca was grabbing this material? That's wild. That's crazy. I can't imagine a world champion today ever losing a game like this in a simul. Like, it's impossible, right? I feel like the standard of chess just has gone up by so much. Like, of course, Capablanca had some genius ideas, but I don't think he's like anywhere close to like today's top players. You'd be playing under 18, I see. Fair. I mean, Glawny's a tough tournament to get into, though. I did an online tournament with Witty Alien and finished second. Awesome. Almost finished first. I finished higher than him and Affile Massa. No way. That's sick for us. Congrats. Aha, Rook D7. I know that one. Interesting. It's based on decision by the board and partially rating, so it's biased. Yeah, I mean, all these decisions by board, it is a little bit annoying because there is always like some kind of like... There is always going to be some bias, right? I think it's impossible to be purely objective, which is why I loved my qualification steps as a junior into the England team. Because back then you had a system where you basically needed to achieve 2 half norms. And the way you would get half norms is that at the start of every year, the Federation would publish all of the tournaments that would count towards achieving half norms and full norms. And basically, if you scored above 50% in one of these tournaments, you would get a half norm. And if you scored, like, if you won the event, basically, you would get a full norm. And you needed a full norm to get onto the England team. And the reason why these tournaments were so tough is because half of the tournaments were, like, invitational, where you might already need a half norm already to be able to play in the event. And the other tournaments were just super tough junior tournaments where over half of the players would already be existing England team members. So basically, to get onto the England team as a junior, you had to score better, over 50%, than the existing England team, which is pretty tough. So yeah, but at least that's very, like, you know, it's not like a board of like executives just being like, yeah, we like you, we don't like you. You know, like, there's none of that, right? It felt like I had, if I was good enough, I get in, right? This was the kind of vibe. So I think this was great. This was really great for motivation because then, like, there was, you know, I had this feeling that if I put in enough work for it, I can make it. Whereas, you know, if you're trying to put in enough work to make it and then the team just hates you for some reason, then it's like, you know, that sucks, right? What are people saying? I feel like Capablanca is getting cooked in these woodpecker symbols. Welcome Josh to the stream, and yes, indeed. Also, I made you a moderator, Josh. I hope you don't mind. That might be unexpected to see the little spanner next to your name. Welcome Dave the Rave. I would have taken over Dom, but he had a higher rating at the time of selection because I was 1666 and he was 1679. I have a half nom from the LJCC. I don't know if that meant anything. So that's interesting. I have a feeling that maybe... So, okay, this is so confusing. So, I believe the England team got split into two. And basically, there is one England team that gets run by a man called Peter Purland, and one England team that's run by Alex Holacek. And I think the one that's run by Alex Holacek is the one that's funded by the ECF, which is also the one that I'm not so happy with. The Peter Purland one, I believe that he only has an England junior team for a certain age group, like under 12s or something. So... And I think Peter Purland is the one who's currently doing the half norms. If I don't even know. I don't follow exactly what's happening with it anymore. But yeah, it was an interesting time. I really want to take this and sack my queen, even though I can't quite make it work. How do I make this work? Oh, is Capablanca gonna get cooked again? That's wild. If we're solving this from the white side, that means Capablanca's getting wrecked. But what is the actual move? I need to channel my inner Juan. Inner Juan Corzo. No, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that name. I've already butchered it enough. Oh, that's so cool. There's a bishop on c1. Right, so if we take on e5, they take our queen. We give knight f6 check. Pawn takes. Bishop takes. Oh my god. Bishop h6, I think it's mate. Holy crap. Wow, imagine being a former world champion and having this done to you. That is unbelievable. Okay, I should have seen this, to be fair. He doesn't have to take because I've got mate in one. So, okay, this is me getting very lucky. But what's the point? Can we give this knight check maybe and force this? But what did we take here? We took a knight, right? But what's the material on the board? We're a piece up. So if we go knight d7, they sack the queen and we win it back, and they go king e8. I don't know. I think we're still doing well, but are we winning? Probably we win a pawn at the end, and that's good enough, right? I don't think we're winning more than a pawn, so I think that's good enough. And my thoughts, well, I would just take here, and if they take here, I can just win a pawn, and that's good enough. I don't think I've got a useful move that wins more than that, so let's just take the bishop and win a pawn. Nice. Wow. Oh, and in the end, he only got a draw? That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough, Capablanca. Knight e4, bishop d1, knight f6, king f8, knight e d7. Frizz, you're on fire. Awesome. Very hard turn. Yeah, so LJCC was definitely a half-norm tournament for me. Make me a mod? Yeah, in your dreams, Safsara. Yeah, Peter's the half norm one. It's under 18. Oh, Peter's the under 18 team. That's interesting. Oh yeah, I didn't even notice. I don't know how to mod, but I'll kick out toxic people as required. Thank you. What about GF6? Bishop H6. Yeah, so good. So good. Exactly. Okay, let's keep going. So more Capablanca. This time Capablanca's not getting cooked. I mean, who wouldn't just play Queen D5 in a heartbeat? Probably because it doesn't win for some reason. Maybe King E8 is the problem. Surely though, Rook E1 is just like game. I mean, they can block with a knight. I mean, Queen D5 has to be played surely, unless there's an argument to be said about playing Rook E1 first. Which just feels completely wrong to give my opponent a whole extra move. But if it wins, I guess it wins, right? Does it win? Let's imagine I have a Rook on E1 already. Is this completely winning? This follow-up, right? And then here. And then I go check, and then what can I do? I guess I can give this check, and I think this might... No, there's knight c4. No, there's not, because I've won this pawn, right? So then I can take, and then I can mate, right? So if I give Rook E1 first to prevent this Rook E8, is this unstoppable? Like, taking this knight doesn't make a difference. Is there any difference here? What if they play like a6, right? Can I still do this? Give this check, and what if they hide this way? Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's quite working. I'm not gonna check chat in case the answer's there. Hold on a sec. If we just take and they come here and I give a check and they block, I can always take with the knight. Surely that's gonna be good, right? They can't take my knight because I've got Queen F7, which has to be winning. At the very least, I've got Queen takes G8, so that's completely winning. So what? If I give this check and they come here and I take, is this not like really good? Pawn takes, and go Rook takes, and go King here. It feels so strong. It feels so strong. Give Queen D8 check, forcing either King F7 or King G7. Probably King F7 is forced. And then Rook E7 check, King G6. Oh man, I don't even know. I reckon Frizz has got the answer. Frizz is on form in these very open tactical positions. And actually, I'm very, very curious to see how Frizz gets on with my 1c3 Venom course, because if tactics are his strong suit, I wonder like how it's gonna work. Because my opinion is that everyone is gonna benefit from playing 1c3. Like, no matter if you're strong tactically or not, it's like you're getting simpler positions where, you know, you'll just be able to win your games because it's easier for you than your opponent. And I think it's just really OP. I didn't believe it as well. I was like, I'm never gonna play London, and then I did, and then it was like super easy. So I reckon Fritz is gonna do great. I've said it before as well. I think Safsara, if he tried playing 1c3, it would literally fit the bill so well. Like, he'd be like, oh, why did I never play this earlier? Like, chess is so much easier. But I don't know. Maybe there's some argument that, you know, Safsara's young enough that like he should be trying to learn multiple kinds of types of positions and, you know, make life harder for himself so that chess becomes easier in the future. Some weird logic like this. But I don't know. I don't know. I just want to take the damn pawn. Are there any alternatives? Rook e1 is the only alternative, but it just feels like, do I want to give my opponent an extra option to escape potentially? Maybe it's not even escaping, right? Because I can give check like this, I can give check like this, and then I can bring the rook down. And the knight's pinned. You know what? I'm gonna play rook e1. Rook e1 feels better. I can't make king e8 work. Of course it's queen d5. I hate my life. Oh, and I go to king c7. Are you serious? What's wrong with king e8? I literally don't see what's wrong with king e8. Oh my god, king e8, there's just knight d6? I completely didn't see this. And that means if the king comes to like this file, we've got this discovered check, which probably is like doing something. It's so annoying, I couldn't see that. Probably takes on b7 is just completely winning that. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. Oh, and that's it? Are you serious? This is an intermediate puzzle? This is actually a joke. What the hell? Rook e1 is game over? Are you serious? I'm gonna I'm gonna send like a Karen email to. Oh my god, rook e1. See, this is the problem. There's actually multiple defenses as well. I did exactly what I discussed in a stream, discussing like 7 deadly sins. I basically justified my rook e1 move because I didn't want to have to think anymore. So I found a line that was convenient, that basically confirmed that my move was correct, and then went for it based on that. Like completely unobjective calculation going on, just to basically allow me to play the move that I wanted to play, for no other reason than I wanted to play it. It's really poor. Obviously king c7 is terrible. In this position I even saw this, but I couldn't make it work after knight e5. Yeah, knight e5 I had this feeling that it should be winning. I just felt that, I don't know, I just couldn't see the win after this. Oh, it's a mate in 6. For God's sake. What did I even look at here? I looked at queen d8, right? I looked at queen d8. I then looked at queen e7. And I couldn't see what to do here. Yeah, queen d6 is a tough move to spot. Knight h4, I thought I was hanging the knight, but I'm actually defending it. If I saw knight h4, then maybe I would have been able to go for this. But probably I should have been able to go for it from here. It's just sometimes, you know, when you're trying to be smart and you're like, oh, this is an intermediate puzzle. It's not going to be the obvious queen takes d5. I mean, I really shouldn't be thinking in this mindset, right? Otherwise, I'm literally just shooting myself in the foot. Like, I need to just try and be as objective as possible when calculating. Yeah, absolutely horrendous. Let's actually see the moves that I missed when I said rook e1. So king d8 is one solution, which is surprising to me. I guess, like, what, you take on d5 and there are all these defenses. Bishop d7. And this is why I hate this style of chess, because you could get this position. Like, let's imagine that the position you actually reached was this one. Like, to me, this looks just as lost for black as this position, right? It even looks like, you know, with an extra piece on the e-file, it looks like this should be winning. But it's just completely worse. Whereas this position is completely winning. Now I understand that the king is a little bit more exposed and that makes the difference. But just optically it doesn't look clear to me that this would be an obviously more winning position than this one, right? So I really dislike this type of chess. It's just way too difficult to be accurate, and accuracy is like what I'm trying to strive for, right? Okay, what are people saying? You did woodpecker last year, so you remember some of these puzzles. Okay, nice. I simply need to get quicker at calculating. Still slow. Yeah, it comes a lot of practice. Comes with a lot of practice. And a lot of playing as well. A lot of games. I think 96 is good, yeah. Yeah, I'm halfway through the course, finished with 1e5. Nice. And it feels good to play simpler chess. Awesome, Friz. Really, really glad to hear that. Yeah, I psyched myself out there completely. Yeah, it's absolutely shocking. Welcome, Gloin, to the stream. We're doing some more chessable. Josh, why do you never respond to me on Leechess? Samsara, people don't have to respond to your messages. Like, if you spam them especially, then this is even more reason not to respond. I haven't seen your messages yet. Yeah, so that's the smarter response. I think it's not that the king is more exposed, just the black's pieces have less ways to protect the king. Yeah, it's true, and I've always struggled with this kind of evaluation in the defense. Like I feel like just because a piece can like block the defense, if the king still looks weak, it still feels like really weak to me. Like, it's really difficult for me to be like, oh yeah, you know, like the king's exposed, but there's like one bishop holding the position together and it's -2. Like, to me, that would still feel like a really dodgy position. That'd be my feeling. But okay, let's solve some more. I also need to get into the zone of training chess. Like, today I also had like a pretty slow day overall. Like, I really didn't get much done. And I really don't have much excuse. So I really need to find a way to kind of channel some hardcore chess training. Okay, thanks for the move spoiler again, Frizz. Okay, so let's have a think here. Like, I'm supposed to be the one training, and you guys are like seeing the answers faster than I've even had a chance to even like open my eyes and look. It's like I'm definitely like been a bit out of it. Okay, but in fairness, today I filmed like some of this C3 Venom speedrun, edited it, uploaded it. Like, this all takes some time as well, right? So did this and had some lessons to teach. So, you know, whatever. I'll get into training soon. Like, I'll get into training soon. It's fine. Okay, so my feeling suddenly is knight e4, in the sense that if queen e4, maybe I've got this bishop move and I've got this pressure on b7. So if I take on e4. Also, for the record, Frizz, actually you're in a blessed position with your strength being tactics and having this repertoire with 1c3, because it means that if you are playing a player who you feel like is going to outmatch you strategically, but maybe will fail tactically, then maybe you can choose something very, very sharp and basically beat them in tactics. But if you play someone who you feel like, actually, damn, their tactics are very, very strong, you can be the one to slow the game and actually frustrate them. And then they might like, try and over push and then get beaten. Like, I played like this 2280 in Serbia, who I managed to draw in the end, despite being a king, 5 pawns, and a bishop against king, 2 pawns, and a knight. I managed to mess it up in my blitz, Serbia blitz, and drew that game. But I even got to that winning endgame because my opponent was just an all-out aggressive player. I just played 1c3, and he literally had nothing, and he literally just was like trying everything, and it was just bad. It was just plain bad, and all I had to do was just like refute his dodgy tactics, and I just won. Well, I got a winning position, and then I choked it because I'm not a 2280, right? So I'm still, making inaccuracies that a 2280 will exploit, right? I'm pretty sure this is it. Why is this in the intermediate section? I don't get it. But yeah, that's my point. Like basically, when you have two contrasting repertoires, and you have somewhat of a balanced skill set, like you can understand chess, you can play strategically, you can also play tactically, then you can really make use of a skill set and then basically play in a way that either suits your mood or counteracts your opponent's strengths, right? Probably taking on f7 feels good, right? If queen takes, then we take here, and then we win a queen. And a queen and knight for two rooks, which is good. If they take with the rook, we win this knight. They can block though. Do we have something? So no, if they take with the rook, then we need to take with the queen. If they block with the rook, we checkmate. If they go king f1, we checkmate. If they go king h1... what's our move there? Takes on f2, rook takes, queen takes, king h1. What the hell is the move? I mean, I'd love to somehow involve this bishop, right? Like, if there was a way I could do that, that would be great. Maybe for that reason, it could actually be rook f3, right? If bishop takes, pawn takes, and that looks like such a clamp on this g2 square. And here, maybe that's actually a more threatening way of achieving this attack. Yeah, I really don't see a way out of this, to be honest. Yeah, rook f3. Okay, in fairness, I played like Capablanca, so, you know. Are you serious? Rook f3, king g2, queen g4, and one after rook h1. To be fair, king g2 is a great move. I completely overlooked this. I just thought that there was nothing he could do to save. I mean, king g2, bringing the king towards like the queen and rooks, it's not an easy move to find at all. Did anyone find queen h3? Oh wow, Frizz, you beast. Capablanca losing again. What do these guys have against Capablanca? Never played over the board blitz. That's gonna be nice. You can try and get a really high starting blitz rating. Like Samsara, if you like smashed the but it's junior blitz. Everyone's gonna have low ratings anyway. Oh yeah, never mind. I always find like, if you have a provisional rating in anything, like it's so much hype. Because if you have a great tournament, that's it. You're sorted. I still remember there was a guy I bet a long time ago at Hammersmith Chess Club before it became like a big thing. Back when Hammersmith Chess Club was like, like 7-8 guys. And there was a guy there, he was around my age. He had a FIDE starting rating of like 2190. And his ECF was 1800, and he was a real ECF 1800. And he just had like, I don't know, the tournament of his life, had a 2190 performance, and like just got super lucky as well. He was telling me like, I think like he just made like, I don't know, his like strong opponents just blundered like consecutively, and he just got like these great wins. And he had a starting rating of 2190 FIDE. But he was also like, damn, like he just can't play any FIDE rated events again because he will 100% lose rating because he's literally just an 1800. So yeah, it's just crazy what provisional can do if you have a great start. King G2, that's a really nice move. Rook G1, however, wow, there are actually multiple defenses, and this is actually. See, this is why I hate attacking chess, because on one hand you could say that no defensive player is ever gonna find these moves, but the problem is when they do, and you realize that your attack doesn't work, and at worst maybe you even get a lost position, right? It's so brutal. At least I saw that Rook F2 wasn't working. Did I see it for the right reasons? King H1, yeah. Queen takes E3, Rook G2, takes on D4. These are a highly unusual position with 5 pawns for Rook, Jesus Christ. But it turns out Queen H3 is actually just working. It's very calm Queen H3. And what's the idea here? Maybe the idea is just now Rook takes F2? Because now if Rook takes, now we can play Rook takes G3 and there's no Rook blocking because of mate. So now we just renew the threat of Rook takes F2. That's a really nice idea. So Frizz even wrote Queen H3 with ideas of Rook takes F2, Rook takes F2, Rook G3. Very nice. Oftentimes what I do is that I let my opponent over push and I know that their tactics won't work because I calculate them in advance and I spend a lot of time trying to make them work. That's a really cool idea, Frizz. That's a really nice way to play if you can make that work. Rook H5 at the end of your last line. Rook F2, Queen G3, King H1, Rook H5. I don't think you've got Rook H5 in the position, no? Yeah, because Rook H5, there's a bishop on E2. Yeah, the bishop will take it. Yeah, exactly. The Rook on H5 hangs the Rook. Yeah, that's the real problem. You played Capablanca's moves, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, that's true, Quark, true. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Okay, you know those puzzles? Right. You did the advanced woodpeckers as well? You did all of them? That's cool, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm sorry, you need to enter an Ultra Bullet event. I wonder if they do over the board Ultra Bullet. Also, Sapsara, have you spoken to Arav since his Discord messages? His concerning I quit chess Discord messages? Like, you better get him back on the training. Like, bro doesn't have any time to waste. He needs to get back on the training. Is he not playing in the British as well? Like this is not the time to be quitting chess just before the British Championships. Okay, you have. I mean, you're welcome if it's something that you feel like can't be shared on stream. You're welcome to DM me or not DM me at all for that matter if it's even that private. But yeah, I said congrats on quitting. Ouch. He's not playing the British champs. Okay, I thought he was. I thought you guys were going together. Okay, check lead chess. Okay, I'll have a look. I'll have a look in a bit. Yeah, the concerning Discord messages. You like the advice? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I really speak from experience here, right? And, I mean, yeah, it is a really tough experience to, you know, like have these feelings of like, you know, you're just stunted at chess. When I say stunted, I don't even mean like a plateau. Like it's just like chess is not for you, and I completely get it. I've had the exact same feelings where I just feel like, like, you know, why am I making these stupid mistakes? Is it me? And ultimately, like, what you got to realize, it is you in a way, but you've got to learn to adapt and make use of your strengths. And Arav has strengths. Arav has absolutely clear strengths as a chess player. He's just got to make use of them better. And the thing is, like, you know, I've suggested like ways he can try and like play more towards the style. Okay, that's not the only thing. But I do feel like Arav plays in a style that makes it harder for him to play. Like, I feel like if he had a different opening rep that was maybe like more solid and less like double-edged, I think this would really help his style like tremendously. But yeah, it's up to him. It's up to him, of course. Welcome, Arno. Arno, do I know who you are? I've met several Arnos in the chess world at this point in time, so that would be cool. I don't recognize your last name, bro. Yeah. Okay. Move spoilers. I haven't seen the move, so thank you first for the tag. Let's actually try and solve this. Yeah, I don't know. Like honestly, Safsara, like when I wanted to quit chess as an adult a few years ago, I don't think there was any amount of logic or reasoning that could convince me that what I was doing was a mistake or whatever. Like it's really difficult when you're in that bad frame of mind about like everything is against you and like chess sucks. Like it's really hard to not think that way because chess definitely comes with a lot of pain. But if Arab has said like he's giving up chess, I don't think my bet is that it's not gonna be forever. Like there's no way Arab quits forever. Same with me. We all come crawling back. But I also think like if a player feels like they should quit, I don't think they should not quit for the sake of not quitting. I think if they feel like it's the right time to quit, then they should do it and then reevaluate and one day return if they think it's right to return. Like to try and keep playing on in when you're not getting anything from the game at all, it's just a horrible experience. But I don't know. I don't know. At the same time, I don't feel like I haven't seen like such a like negative. I don't know. I don't think chess has been that negative for Arab from what I've seen. Like this is like very surprising news to me. So I don't know. Pretty wild decision, I'd say. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, what the hell is going on in this position? I mean, I really want to play Queen F5 just because it's like pressuring F7. I also have some X-ray pressure on H7. I know there's a knight on F8. It's like, could there please just be a woodpecker method for positional moves and just I can drill that instead? I hate having to play for these checkmate motifs. It just forces me to thinking ways my brain just doesn't like at all. Hold on a second. If I go queen here, I'm not saying this is the only move to defend taking on f7, but let's say it was. Maybe here I can actually go rook takes, and if pawn takes, go bishop check. And if like something like this, I could give like some knight f7. Some wild position like this. God, I don't even know. Probably that's even winning the queen, right? So, I don't know. Knight f7 looks promising. So if queen f5, are there any other defenses apart from f6? Don't see any actually. Maybe bishop f6? Queen f5, bishop f6? Queen f5, f6. Queen f5, bishop f6. What can I do there? At the very least, maybe a queen f5, bishop f6. I've just got bishop takes e4, pawn takes e4, knight d2. And I'm like potentially picking up that pawn. Because I don't think... Maybe they could take on d4 actually. Because when I take back, if they take with the queen, it comes with check. God, I don't know. I don't know. I really haven't seen any other candidates. Maybe I should have been trying to look for more. I'm also running out of time on the chessboard bar that you can't see at the bottom here. I don't know. I don't know. I think we got to go for it. I don't see anything else. It's incorrect. Knight f7. Wow. Okay, so I did look at this move. Knight f7, I thought if queen f5, they can just block with the pieces. They can block with the bishop. Maybe even block with the knight. I didn't see what the point was. So if king f7, there must be another point. Okay, so king f7, knight e5. Bring the other knight to e5. King g8. And then what? King takes f7. What on earth is the idea? Is it like rook takes, and if pawn takes bishop c4? This kind of idea? Bishop d5 can block? Oh man. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. Let's see. So and again, this is why I hate this style of chess. It's like you have to be so precise. You have to be so precise. And I think I'm the kind of guy that is like, I don't like being so precise. I like to basically, play for nice ideas, not get punished if I make a mistake. It's okay. I had a try. Like, don't be so harsh. And this kind of style of chess is like, if you don't get this bang on perfect, I'm going to punish you with a lost position. It's like, chill out, man. Like, I just want some nice, easy chess. Nice, easy chess where I outplay my opponent, win the game, go home. Not this, man. Not this. That's actually a crazy thing about chess. Is that like if you are results orientated, there is no leniency to success. It's like you either win or you lose or you draw. There's just 3 results. I guess at least there's 3 results. In shogi you only got 2. You either win or you lose. There's no draw. So it's just like, yeah, it doesn't matter if you score a 98% if it's not 100%. Oh, I guess that's not true. Yeah, I'm chatting some shit, I think. I don't think I'm making any sense with these analogies. I think I was making sense at some point and then it stopped making sense. I even had, yeah, it's not even working. I had ideas of like trying to like lure this king out and then give like some checkmate, but it's not even working. The knight can take it. Like, this is why they say knight on f8 there's no mate. No idea what I'm missing here. What if check and now takes? I swear I looked at this already. Bishop here. There's still no queen e6. I have no bloody clue. Oh, God. Okay, can we solve this in a way other than calculation? Because clearly my calculation is absolute garbage right now. Is there a way we can solve this? Does 95 work and can be justified on positional means? 95, the problem is the king can retreat back. And we've literally sacked a pawn. I mean, sacked a knight for a pawn. Just to basically remove this f pawn from the board. Is that really worth it? I don't think so. So I don't think it can be 95. I think it has to be something else. The problem with rook e4 ideas is just d4 and bishop c4 can just be blocked. If it couldn't be blocked, then I'm really happy, but it can be blocked. So what other ideas do we have? Queen f5 was my original thinking, but again, they can just block with the pieces. And we had that previous example, right, where black just brings a few pieces back to defend and suddenly there's nothing. So queen f5, even knight f6, I didn't see anything. Queen h5, just g6 is what I've been looking at. So what on earth is the answer? I really don't know. I could stare at this position all day and I'm not going to see it. I'm even looking at like queen sack ideas to displace the knight from f8 because it's such a strong piece. I don't see it. I don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. Rook e4. And what's the point? Bishop here, they just block. They just block. What's literally the point? Hold on a sec. Did I swear I looked at this and then just dismissed it. But yeah, then he can just take, right? And I've just literally got nothing. So we've sacked a piece and we've sacked a rook. And there's apparently some follow-up here. I just do not see it. Oh, get out of town. Is that like some queen h7 and then like some knight check? Where if king f8, maybe there's some like checkmate like this somehow. Like, I haven't found the move order. But I get some feelings it could be something along these lines. So what, if check here, king g8? Oh, I don't even know. Well, queen h7 first? Queen h7, I don't even know what it does. Oh, God. I've set a timer, and I realize it doesn't show because I removed the timer for... I removed the timer. Oh, how long ago was my timer done? I don't know how long ago. Ah, this is pure pain. Okay, knight e5, king g8. I'm not checking chat because I'm sure some people have got the answer by now. What's the move? Oh, I actually wanna... I don't even know what I want to do because that's just simply winning a piece. Why didn't I see this? Why didn't I see this? But at the same time, I have sacked a lot of material. So what? I've sacked a knight for a pawn. I sacked a rook for a knight. So I'm down a rook for a pawn. So after this bishop c4 and this move, I've got queen f5. I think that's my problem as well when I try and attack in chess. I often look for too much. I stop looking for like the kind of simple responses. But yeah, that looks really, really promising because I'm even taking this bishop with check, and that means I can even bring the knight in. Yeah, it's really nice. Really nice. I completely didn't see this move order. And I think what made it extra difficult was I just didn't see the idea to like just win a piece. Like it just wasn't on my radar. Knight e5 looks really good now because I can do this discovery and I pick up the queen. I assume that should be winning. Let's actually just understand it. If I do this and they sack the queen and we get this position, what? I have queen, bishop, rook. For rook and knight. Got those odds. Maybe there's something even more convincing than knight e5 here. Although knight e5 does seem very, very strong. Nah, knight e5 has to be the move. Knight e5. Either immediately or capturing on a8, e7 or e4. You know what? Man, I didn't even see this rook was hanging. e7 or e4. And if they do this sack, let's just see if this is even playable. Yeah, this is just winning for white. Yeah, I wasn't 100% sure this is winning because it does feel like the rook can't join the attack. And maybe black can like unravel in a way that's like good for them. So yeah, what's the top line? Bishop g5 takes. Yeah, knight g6 maybe. And I guess now the rook is getting active as well. Guess it makes some sense. I mean, to me, it's still not 100% clear. Like, this pawn can start running down the board. But yeah. I don't even know. I don't even know. Yeah. I'm completely exhausted, guys. I think I've gone over my time. When did I say I'd finish my 44 minutes? Okay, I've done like an hour today. I don't know why I'm so tired lately. I don't know. Let me see what chat said for this one. Let's see what you guys said. So move spoilers: knight f7, king f7, rook e4, d4, bishop c4, bishop d5, queen f5, very nice, king g8, knight e5. Saw the whole damn line. I'm lucky that I have very good visual memory, almost photographic, so tactics are easier for me. Bro, photographic memory, that's such a hack. I actually feel like people with photographic memory should be nerfed. Like, it's actually too OP in this world to have photographic memory. At least it feels that way from my perspective, because my memory is so goddamn awful. It's actually such a blessing. So basically, you said you came crawling back. Actually, so basically, what was the reason that made you quit in the first place, actually? You quit after Alan's Club and came back after Queen's Gambit. Very interesting stuff, Sarah. We met last week, by the way. Okay. So this is Arno, who I met in Serbia, I assume. Welcome to the stream. Hope you are enjoying some of the tactics. Yeah, let me catch up everyone. Well, what are people saying? Move order is important on this one, yeah. Michael, you have a lucky one. There are 1,001 ways to train tactics, but not positional play, so I struggled to improve. You know what is very funny? First, I had this exact conversation with Stephen Willie. So after the blitz in Serbia, where I withdrew after my third round, or fourth round, I ended up just chatting to Stephen for like an hour outside the playing hall. And we were just talking about chess improvement and you know, different aspects of his journey and stuff. And basically, he's an extremely tactical player. And he said it's such a blessing to be like positionally strong and not tactically strong, because he's made the same point that you can just train tactics and get good. But the problem is, what if you train tactics and you don't get good? Then you're in trouble, because the only way to get good at tactics is by training it. There's no real way that you can like learn it. It's much more difficult to read a book with sentences that explains tactics and enables you to get good at tactics. So I think a lot of tactically strong players just assume that if you put in the work and the drills, you'll just get it. I've seen it firsthand. It doesn't work like that. I could give 2 kids the same book of tactics, and one kid by the end of it will be a beast. One kid by the end of it will be barely better than when they started. And that's just the reality of like tactical ability. So I really think it's not that easy. And I definitely think that actually, since we have the ability to read, to be able to read like positional strategical books and actually see like what a grandmaster's recommendation is, that is the way. That is the that is an easy way to improve, because we can interpret English, we can interpret the sentences, we can then apply it to our chess. Like if you have a basic level of like logical reasoning, you can pick it up and apply it. But with tactics, it's so abstract. And if you can train tactics and drill it and it works, then you're fine. Then it's just a matter of laziness or hard work as to whether your tactics improve or not. But if you're not tactically gifted, it's tough. It's really tough. At least that's my take. Yeah, positional exercise books. Interesting with the positional exercise books. I think just positional books in general, like discussing chess strategy, would have been interesting. I think I understood how you thought about tactics and it's wrong. I'll try to explain it on Leech's message. That would be wild, Frizz. That would be wild. Frizz, if you solve my ability to solve tactics, I don't even know what I'd do. Like I'd be so overjoyed. I mean, if you do, I will definitely make a YouTube video about your explanation and see if it works. I mean, to be honest, I've tried many different methods. I've tried all kinds of ideas, but somehow old habits die hard, maybe, and I come back to this kind of same way I try and solve tactics, which, okay, right now I'm probably solving them extra badly, which is probably a good thing to try and analyze, right? Because if you are analyzing yourself at your best, you're not really going to gain as much from analyzing yourself at your worst and basically picking up on like, how do you actually calculate when you're tired and you're not on form? Like what is actually going through your head, right? If I was to try and solve this as how would I actually try and solve this if I was trying to be as objective as possible? To be honest, I'd have a really hard time. This position feels really tough to get right. I feel like when I try and find tactics, I need to see the idea. And to be able to see the idea on this one is very, very tough. To see the idea that you're picking up the piece on d5. Like, that's a really, really tough thing to see. Like to see this exposing the king, and then rook takes another sack and bishop c4. When you see that it blocks with bishop d5 and see that queen f5 is actually a fault, that is wild. That is super tough to see. I don't even know how I go about finding that. Like, it's really, really difficult. Dilettante, welcome to the stream. If you want to train positionally, guess the move of Karpov, Petrosian, or Michael Adams games would probably suffice. Yo, probably suffice is a wild statement to add on the end of that sentence. Probably suffice. Yo, if you train their games with annotations, then yeah, maybe. If you just try and go through their games and try and replicate their moves, and then you see them play a different move and just be like, oh yeah, they played rook a2 instead of bishop d4. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's not gonna get you anywhere, because you don't have the understanding of why they played that move. Like, maybe if you're strong enough, you can work it out, but there's also equal chance that you just misinterpret the move and you play it for the wrong reason. So if you do this method with annotated games, and either annotated from a very, very strong player or annotated from the player themselves, then that can be okay. But you've also got the problem that, some of these players, like, they don't annotate their games so well. Like, they don't really know like how they're finding their moves. They're great players, but they're not necessarily great chess teachers. So you have this problem as well. So to find like resources that have great annotations and great explanations and legit explanations, this is difficult as well. But if you find those games and then you can do what Dilettante was suggesting, then yeah, this can work very well. People say you win or you learn, but learning after a loss is hard for me. Yeah, it is hard, because you've got all these emotions of the fact that you lost. But yeah, if you can learn from the losses, this is even better, because if you actually lost the game, that means there's actual tangible stuff that you can improve, right? So you need to try and work out what went wrong and improve it. Like, for instance, if you guys were watching like my recent speedrun videos, I had that first game of the speedrun where I lost to a 1400. And that game, I still remember the motif. My guy played c5, I had a rook on b7, and I blundered the rook on b7, right? I have that in my brain. I didn't just lose that game and be like, oh yeah, I'm at 2500. I lost to a 1400. That was just because I was commentating and streaming. Oh, I'm actually way better than that. I'm never going to make that mistake in a real game. No, 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 no. I lost that game. I lost the game. I blundered a rook. If you blunder a rook, you lose the game. Like if you're playing a strong player, and that 1400 converted the position really well. So I lost that game. And why did I lose that game? Because I blundered a rook, because I took a pawn on b7, he played c5, he had a queen on d5, and he picked up my rook. If you acknowledge the losses and you really try and think where it went wrong, you improve. I will not make that mistake again. Or at least, okay, if I make it again, I won't make it a third time. Or if I make it a third time, I won't make it a fourth time. And eventually I really won't make it again. So you've got to view losses like this. Bishop c4, queen f5. Sorry to ruin. Frizz has already ruined it a long time ago. Don't worry. Yeah, difficult puzzle. Really difficult puzzle. Okay, see you around, Josh. Thanks for joining for the stream. What if I suck up both? Oh dear. I mean, this is my theory. That if you love chess, there is going to be an aspect of chess that you're good at. I definitely have run into kids who don't have a single chess bone in their body. As harsh as it is to say, like they can really, really try and it won't go well for them. Because they're just not built to be good at like this kind of game. Like I 100% sure believe that they're gonna have skills and be able to make it in life in different areas. But I think you've got to be a certain kind of person to really play chess well. But I think chess is still broad enough of a game where that many different kinds of people and player can actually excel. And I think if you've got a love for chess and you've even made it like a certain amount of a way, I think you do have potential. I don't think it's going to be a case of sucking at everything, right? I think there will be traits, and you've just got to find a way to tailor the game in a way that works for you. That's really what it comes down to, I think. I quit for a few months because I was doing lots of tactics, spending lots of time doing chess, but I was declining in the game. Right, interesting. So I was advised to take a few days break and extend it to a few days to months. Right, interesting. Yeah, is this thing done? Oh, that's done. Okay, interesting. Why am I saying interesting so many times? I'm so tired. But yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting that is actually what led to you quitting. You decided to stop for a few days, and that was that. I think one thing you've got to do, so basically, I don't know, I'd love for you to answer this question, but what percentage of your training at that time was for the sake of training chess, and what percentage was enjoyment? Because actually, Jan Marcos put it into really great words that he said, like, if you're, wanting to improve, you want to do like 50%, you want to do 75% of what you enjoy, 25% of what you don't enjoy. And then if you're a really strong player that wants to make it to the next level, you've got to do 50% of what you don't enjoy, 50% of what you enjoy. So it's still 50% of what you enjoy. It's still fairly high. So if you're not doing 50% of chess you enjoy, then you're going to burn out and hate the game and then stop playing. So you must always keep 50% enjoyment. And I think right now I'm definitely keeping 50% enjoyment, I think. So yeah. You'll find those moves if I can explain it correctly, I believe. Very interesting. I'm very excited to read this first. I don't know if I'll be able to check it out tonight, but I will definitely look at it sometime tomorrow at least. I enjoyed progressing and hitting higher highs almost every day, but losing just crushed me all the time. Right, and that's actually a very, very common thing, right? Where people associate the kind of progress, right? That feeling of progress and seeing that number go up. And I actually had this breakthrough with a 7-year-old student of mine, 6-year-old student of mine, who I taught chess from scratch. He literally barely knew how the pieces move. I taught him everything. And for a while, he was getting really bogged down with ratings because when I teach some of my kids, I do some training with them where I will basically play the game with them, right? And okay, this might sound like it's cheating. But the point is that these are training games. This isn't like, like the actual games. And yeah, I'll be playing someone online, right? And training with them and basically trying to probe their thoughts and ideas. Because when you get to actually hear what's going through their head, oh, you learn so much. And actually, this is what Frizz is doing with me, right? He's diagnosing my mistake in my kind of thought process and my calculation and suggesting a solution, right? And for me, with like I don't know, a 600 ELO child, like I'm going to see loads of problems and then I'm going to be able to learn from it. But if I'm just teaching him exercises or teaching him chess, I'm not going to actually see his thought process, right? So this is very important as a coach. So I do this a lot with my students. And basically, he had kind of developed this habit where he didn't really want to play because he was scared of losing ELO. Because when he plays with me, he obviously does better, right? Because when he's playing with me, he's got my support. And okay, even though I'm not telling him the moves, the fact that I'm telling him his thought process and going through the moves, it kind of helps, right? So this was a problem for a while, but finally we've come to a point where actually he's playing all the time now, and he's actually losing rating. But I really make a really strong effort to basically commend him and praise him even when he loses rating, and I'm praising him on the fact that he's actually playing some great games, he's getting some strong scalps, and the fact that he's losing rating is showing me that he's actually practicing. And this is something that I'm praising more than the fact that his rating is going up or down. And now we've kind of got to that level. Yeah, now he's playing a lot, and actually, he's finally reached a peak. Higher than when I was playing with him, right? So this is what happens when all of this playing and training pays off, right? So, and his feeling, I could tell, like he was so happy from this kind of like progress. But yeah, like his default instinct, right, was to basically just care a lot about this number and associate this number with his improvement. And this is a very, very big risk that you can have with your chess. But it's so easy to do. And I mean, I do it as well. Like you probably saw my streams after like my Belgrade Rapid and Belgrade Blitz, where I was just like comparing my results with my FIDE rating, like constantly. And it's just really it's such a difficult topic, but ultimately, yeah, it shouldn't be the drive. I think it shouldn't be the drive to playing chess, even though even myself, I often fall down this rabbit hole of making this mistake. So it's an interesting one. I'll leave it there. Now I have a more healthy view on chess. That's fantastic, so Spacely. I do 75% of what I don't enjoy, 20% of what I don't really like, and 5% of what I enjoy. That's crazy, Frizz. I mean, if you have the commitment for that and you're not going to get burnt out, then that's fair. Wait a sec. If you're halfway through 1c3 Venom, where does 1c3 Venom lie on that scale? I hope it's in the 5% you enjoy. But also, if you've done half of it already, and that's the 5% of enjoy, that means you're doing a crazy amount of chess. So I'm gonna question your percentages here. I associated self-worth and intelligence with my chess rapid elo, which is silly. Yeah, definitely a silly thing to do. But also, it's completely understandable as well. Like I can definitely see how you can get there. I'm tired right now, so I don't know if I will write the explanation right now, but I'll write it soon. Okay, yeah, Frizz, no rush. I mean, if you can write it at least before my open tournaments in the summer, that would be appreciated. Then I can hopefully work on this. But I'm also going to be trying to read some more of my Argard excelling at chess calculation. This I think will be really good to do more of. And okay, I think I'm going to call it a day there. We had some good reflections. I mean, honestly, these reflections, even though I say that these streams are for myself, and these reflections are often like kind of diagnosing other people's chess issues, it's still helping me. I honestly think it's helping me as well to remind myself of what the right way to think about certain things are and stuff like this. So it's definitely not a problem for you guys to like share these points about your own chess and for me to learn from it as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. And what does Frizz say? I try to really improve now because soon I won't have time to study chess because of studying. I see. Very interesting. Would be interested to hear what these studies are going to be about, but I think I will save that for another day. And yeah, no live Elo borderline politics talk today. Thank God, no. I do not have the brain cells to do another one of those. 12 hours a day on chess right now. That is wild, Frizz. That's awesome. respect for grind, respect for hustle, and I hope it pays off. Honestly, I can feel it. I can feel it a bit. Like I can sense that you're a bit stronger than at the start of these streams. So this is nice. But yeah, on that note, guys, I'm gonna call it a day of training. I'll hopefully do a little bit more tomorrow, and yeah, see you guys all tomorrow. Thanks for joining. Adios.